Hi, I'm Rob from B&H, and in this video we're going to check out the Tascam DR-40 portable audio recorder. The Tascam family of audio recorders has been growing rapidly, and this model brings some added attractions that professional users in the audio and video fields are going to really appreciate, including 4-channel recording, adjustable stereo microphones, an overdub mode, and XLR 1/4-inch combo inputs. Like all portable audio recorders, the DR-40 runs on batteries. In this case, the 3 included AA's will power it for over 20 hours depending on your settings. You can also power it through the USB port, which allows you to easily transfer files to your computer, or you can pick up an optional AC adapter. It records audio via its built-in stereo mics on top or the external inputs on the bottom onto SD or SDHC cards. A 2 GB card is included, so you can start recording right out of the box, and that won't be difficult because the DR-40 is very simple and easy to use. You can record MP3 files at rates of up to 320 kilobytes per second or WAV files at rates up to 24-bit 96 kilohertz. I mentioned earlier that the built-in microphones are adjustable. When you first open up the DR-40, the mics will be in an XY configuration. This pattern puts the 2 mics in almost the same axis, helping to reduce phase problems since sound arrives at both mic capsules at the same time. If I want a wider stereo image, I can simply move the mics to an AB configuration. The DR-40 detects that I've done this and asks me to confirm the change, since now the mic capsules are pointing in the opposite directions, so it swaps the left and right. Simple and smart. Keep in mind that in the AB configuration, the mics are further apart, so that wider stereo image comes at the expense of a bit of the clarity we get in the XY mode. So if you're doing nature or music recordings, the AB is a good choice, while for an interview or solo instrument, I'd go with the XY mode for greater clarity. But let's say you want to have your cake and eat it too. You want clear recordings from your subjects, but you also want a nice stereo field for the surrounding ambience. The DR-40 makes that possible with 2 important features. First, the combo 1/4-inch XLR inputs allow me to plug in external microphones, and second, I can record them to separate tracks because it's a 4-channel recorder. Let's demo that. So I've come outside with my esteemed colleague, Mr. Joey Quintero. We've got our lav mics plugged into the external inputs on the DR-40. They're powered by phantom power from the recorder, and we're recording in 4-channel mode.
Each of our mics are plugged into the DR-40, which allows us independent level control onto separate channels.
So far, you've only been listening to the lav mics, but now in post, I'm going to bring up the XY recording from the recorder, give you a little more stereo ambience.
And what this gives us is a blend between the stereo ambient and our closed mic.
Exactly, and because they're recorded onto separate channels, we can control that completely independently in post to give us an exact blend of the close mic sound and the stereo ambience. Now, your external mics and the onboard mics might be fairly distant from each other, and that will give you a little time delay between the 2 signals. No worries, the DR-40 allows you to compensate for that. You can either delay the signal from the internal or external mics depending on which set is closer to the source, eliminating the time delay. The display even shows both the amount of delay in milliseconds and in meters, making it easy to set the delay. Just look at how many meters apart the mics are. This is a really smart design, and it's easy to use and compensates for up to 10 meters between the internal and external mics. There's also a mixer page where I can combine the 4 channels into one stereo track, complete with volume, panning, and reverb controls. In addition to the stereo and 4-channel modes we've seen, the DR-40 offers a mono mode and 2 other modes, dual mode and overdub mode. Dual mode is quite clever. When you record, you're always trying to get the loudest levels you can without overloading, but sometimes that means you end up with a little clipping if your sound source suddenly gets louder.
This is the DR-40 recording in dual mode.
Dual mode allows you to record a separate track at a lower, more conservative level as a backup in case your hotter take overloads.
This is the DR-40 recording in dual mode.
This means that those priceless, once-in-a-lifetime moments are still there, even if your main track is a little too hot, and it's a cool feature that may just save you in the field. Overdub mode is just what it sounds like. It allows me to overdub additional audio over existing recordings.
So this is an example of a vocal overdub.
I can either combine the previous take and the new take into one new file, or keep them on separate tracks to get my balance later. Furthermore, the DR-40 has a lot of additional features to help you get solid recordings. There's an auto level control that can set input levels for you, and a peak stop limiter to help keep sudden loud sounds under control. It also features a low cut filter to remove troublesome rumbling sounds, like an air conditioner for example, and you can set that cutoff frequency at 40, 80, or 120 Hertz. Timer recording allows you a 5 or 10-second countdown if you need to get into place for a take. There's also a 2-second pre-record feature that keeps the audio up to 2 seconds before you hit the record button. This could save a priceless take even if you're slightly late on the button press. You can play back your files on the internal speaker or through the mini line-out jack on headphones or monitors. The DR-40 also has a couple of features on the playback side of things to help you out. Level Align will boost the volume on really quiet files for better listening. You can loop files in playback mode, speed up or slow down the playback speed without changing the pitch, and jump back a few seconds at the touch of a button. These are features that can really help if you're transcribing an interview or a meeting, for example. Musicians will appreciate the built-in tuner, and there's also a port that allows you to operate the DR-40 from a foot switch or remote control, both of which are sold separately. I also appreciated the metal ⅛ thread on the bottom, allowing for easy mounting to a stand. So hopefully that gives you a pretty good idea of what the Tascam DR-40 is capable of. 4-channel recording, adjustable microphones, 1/4-inch XLR combo inputs, and a lot more make this inexpensive portable audio recorder a really versatile machine and a great value. I'm Rob from B&H, and thanks for watching.
For more information, please visit us online, give us a call, or stop by our New York City Superstore. You can also connect with us on the web.